Dogs have been mysteriously dying during and after getting groomed at PetSmart. Welcome back to What's Trending. I'm Candace Carrizales, and you can subscribe for more social media news every day. NJ Advanced Media launched an investigation into the mystery of the dying dogs. They were able to document 47 different cases across 14 states since 2008. 32 of the 47 cases happened after 2015. When PetSmart was asked about the deaths, they declined to disclose the amount of actual deaths that had happened, and they also basically said, like, yeah, those deaths weren't our fault that you guys are talking about. So basically, the customer is always right until they're wrong. When a bunch of dogs are dying in your hands, it kind of seems like, yeah, that might be your fault. Like, I don't think all of those owners of dogs who brought their dogs to PetSmart are that bad of owners. So NJ Advanced Media dove in and wanted to find out what was going on behind the scenes. Reporters talked to over 100 veterinarians, PetSmart employees, owners, lawyers, etc., etc., etc. They interviewed a lot of people. So after all those freaking interviews, here's some of the info that they found out. In one quote, they basically say that English bulldogs and similar breeds with short noses and smushed faces accounted for 20 of the 47 documented deaths. Those dogs can have trouble breathing, especially in stressful environments or areas that get hot. So that off the bat kind of sounds to me like the PetSmart employees aren't educated on like the different types of dogs maybe. Like, hey, bulldogs are gonna die if you stress them out or if you like put them in the drying heating cages that they have to like dry off the wet dogs. NJ Advanced Media also found that some former employees allege PetSmart's groomer training, which the company touts as the industry's very best, can fall short of what's advertised. They say they have seen unprepared trainees rushed into stores because of short staffing, putting dogs at greater risk of injury. So it seems like they're not really caring about who they're throwing into the ring. They're just like, here's a pair of scissors, good luck. According to PetSmart, trainees spend the first 3 months bathing 125 dogs, then need 160 hours of in-store training and classes, then have a supervised in-store period of 640 hours. But according to one employee, on the first day at Academy, there was a dog for me. They gave me clippers and shears and kind of said, just go for it. Oh, so it's kind of like what I said before. They just hand you the scissors and wish you luck. In addition, they found on multiple occasions, PetSmart has offered out-of-court payments for as little as a few $100s to owners who suffer pet deaths. In return, some owners must sign non-disclosure agreements that require them to delete social media posts and negative comments. This is some like conspiracy theory shit. It's like creepy stuff happening, shady stuff happening, paying people under the table. It sounds like a movie, but it's real. So you might be wondering, why hasn't PetSmart been shut down? Especially if all these people are like coming forward being like, hey, my dog died because of PetSmart. Well, it's essentially because deaths are hard to prove, and if PetSmart is like, no, that's not our fault, that's your fault, there's really not much that they can do. One of the owners who lost his pet after a grooming said, there has to be accountability, but it won't bring what I miss back. It won't bring Capone back, and that's what I want. What can I do? They said they didn't do anything. So during the investigation, NJ Media, they visited like 4 different PetSmart locations, and when they went there, they were like, hey, can we check out the grooming areas? And all of the PetSmart said no, which is like not shocking, but it's interesting. But I feel like a lot of places don't let you in the back rooms of places, you know? So I don't know. Kind of shady, but this whole thing is shady. So PetSmart claims that by 2019, they're gonna install cameras in all the grooming areas, but a lot of people think that's not gonna change the way they're treating the dogs. But by 2019, they might be out of business with this story coming out. But this one 69-year-old woman who lives in New Jersey said her 15-year-old Maltese has been going there all of its life and it's fine, and she's pleased with the service. And she said the dog has never come out feeling weird or being weird or anything. And one of the current groomers at a PetSmart says, I feel like it's a witch hunt. Everyone is looking for the slightest thing. I feel like they're out with their pitchforks trying to take down PetSmart. But I feel like it's not like the slightest thing. Like, dogs are dying, so people are coming forward, you know? And a former groomer had this to say, how many PetSmart locations are there? How many dogs are they grooming per day? Of course the numbers are going to look bad. It's basically an unfair look simply because they're large and more people use them. She also mentioned that not all pet owners are 100% transparent about the health that their dog is in. But I still think it's an interesting point that PetSmart is not taking responsibility at all. So there's still not a 100% like crystal clear answer of to why these dogs are passing at PetSmart, but due to like the research that they did and all the interviews, it really seems like it comes down to like a few main issues. There's been reports about mishandling the animals have been slapped by the groomers, there's obviously a lack of training, and then dogs are also put in kennel dryers sometimes and they can overheat that way. So PetSmart is probably not the only groomer that dogs have been passing away at, but they're definitely the most talked about right now. Thanks for watching, and for more stories like this, you can head to whatstrending.com.